Imagine a wild terrain beast that somehow folds into your daily commute. This is the Aipas M2 Pro Xterrain, an e-bike that on paper can do just about everything. It's packing an 1800 watt motor that cranks out 110 Newton meters of torque. It should make it launch like it's late for work. Top speed, 36 miles per hour, which if true, is fast enough to make you question your life choices. Power comes from a 48 volt, 17.5 amp hour battery, claiming up to 85 miles of range. The 26 by 4 inch fat tires look like they belong on an ATV, and they should handle sand, snow, and gravel. It's got full suspension, front fork, and rear shock, so even the worst potholes should feel like light criticism. There's a color LCD display, and the whole thing comes in under $1,000, which almost feels suspicious. So before we believe the hype, let's get out on the Phox Rides test loop and see what this big, tired, big energy e-bike is actually made of. And now time for the fun part. What's it like to ride the Aipas M2 Pro? Well, it's fast, it's big, it's heavy, it's commanding. It's like driving a big full-size pickup truck. You feel like it can just roll over everything, and that's kind of a nice feeling. Lots of power. It has this big giant motor and this big giant battery and big giant tires. I think the adjective of the day might be big. And yeah, it's quick. Look how fast it accelerates through there. And let's try our high-speed downhill test on this spectacular fall afternoon. It's afternoon right now. All right, high speed, 15% downhill test. We'll see what the GPS tells us compared to what the speedometer tells us. It says we're going 36 miles an hour. 36.5 is what it says on the gauge. I'm excited to see what the GPS confirmation will be. And yeah, I don't know why I'd want to go much faster than that, but that's pretty quick. And the bike feels pretty stable as we get ready to head into our S-curve to the brakes. Now this only has cable brakes, and with something this big and heavy, you do feel the difference with cable brakes versus hydraulic brakes. But they worked pretty good through there, better than I would have expected. It's slowing this big thing down just fine. It's very stable through the S-curve. As we accelerate down through our little tree grove, and it's back up to 36.5 is what it's saying on the speedometer. I have yet to pedal as we charge up through the S-curves. We're going 28, it says, 26. Again, we'll see what confirmation is on the actual GPS when we check that in the edit, but it definitely has plenty of power. It's doing everything, which is really, really nice. And again, I haven't hardly pedaled at all. I don't even know if I pedaled yet. It's just doing it. Yeah, this is fantastic. Really, really fun. And on a day like today, what better day than a day like today to be on a bicycle? I just love it. Yeah, really solid. Down the hill, I think that when they're brand new, brakes need to bed in, and I think that was part of what I was maybe feeling early on, was just brand new pads, brand new rotors. They need to get scuffed into each other before they get really bitey, and they're already feeling way better. So now, let's see how well it does up our 11% grade. Here we go, and 34, I had to roll off the throttle. 27, 26, 23, 22. Yeah, it's just charging up this. 20, dropped to 19.3. Yeah, it's just charging up this. It's already back up 20 miles an hour. That's pretty good. 11% grade. Didn't miss a beat. As we pass through our first park on our journey, let's go over the switchgear really quick. It's pretty standard fare. The same shifter that's on almost every single e-bike. Really nice hand grips. This is like the third or fourth Aipas we've tested. They have these. Throttle is like half of the hand grip rotates on the throttle. Rear brake is on the right. Front brake is on the left. We have this really nice, very easy to read gauge. Get through the bridge here. Pretty simple and very easy to use and operate. Control pod right here. To turn it on, you long press the power button. Power mode's up and down. Headlight and the other things. And as we head into the tunnel, we will check out the horn, see how it goes. Yeah, pretty decently loud digital horn. And it says we're going 34 miles an hour, which is a little bit chilly. I'm not gonna lie. It's brisk on this. Look at the fall colors, look at those leaves. Yeah, bombing down the hill. I don't know if we need to be in power mode 5. Let's throttle back down to power mode 1, because we're going downhill. We don't need a ton of power. And that's a great way to make your battery last a long time, is spend most of my time in power mode 1. If I need to get up the hill or whatever, then I'll crank it up to power mode 5. And it works out really well. But so far, this is really lovely. It pedals really nice. The seating position on it is great. And then over our next bridge with the loud metal clanking plate, someday they'll fix it. Oh, maybe they did fix it. Didn't make any noise that time. So full suspension. This section of our bike path is really ripply, and it's dealing with it without a problem. How great is that? And yeah, just lovely as we roll down the hill towards Sugar House Park. Now, they call this color gray, but it's really more of a periwinkle. I don't know if I would have, if it would be my first choice, but it's not bad looking. All right, let's see how fast it goes in each power mode. We're gonna go down to power mode 1, pedal only, and let's see how fast we go in power mode 1. It's saying 9.9. Let's try power mode 2. And it's like 12.8. Power mode 3. 16.5. Power mode 4. And it jumps right up to 23.8. And then, of course, power mode 5 will take us all the way up to however fast it'll go, 36. Now, I should also mention that I did go into the secret menu on this, and I increased the max top speed. And to do that, you hold down the plus and minus button together, and you can unlock it to full power mode. And anybody who buys these, that's what they're doing to them. Getting ready to head into Sugar House Park. Look at the fall colors. There's a dog in that backpack. How great was that? People are out playing sport ball. Bring down the power mode a little bit. We don't need to be going this fast through the park. And super pleasant. Not as busy in the park as I thought it would be. And what do you say we get ready for our single track test? I have every confidence that this thing is gonna rock the single track test. Ooh, don't hit the tree. Don't hit that tree. Yeah, it's doing great. Oh, I'm back to, I gotta bring the power mode up. Let's go to full power. Let's see how it does in full power in the single track. Yeah, full suspension. Look at it go. It's not missing a beat. It's flying. Probably a little too fast for the brakes through there. All right, back down to power mode 3. So yeah, obviously this thing is very capable when the road is rough and tumble. Maybe you don't have these perfectly manicured bike paths in your neighborhood. You have dirt roads and gravel paths. This thing will handle it, not a problem. And the full suspension is great because it helps keep the tires in contact with the road. When you have a hardtail or a bike without any suspension, you hit those sharp bumps and the bike bounces up into the air, the tires are in the air, and it can get a little exciting, if you know what I mean. Full suspension helps keep things planted and a little calmer as we roll past the fake red rocks. And I think she likes the color orange, or she just likes being seen. All right, down through the S-curve, more S-curves, past the big stones, and we'll get ready for our laps on the park. Back at power mode 5, let's see how well we do. Lapping Sugar House Park. Mount Olympus up there on the distance, just looking as spectacular as she always does. Yeah, 32 miles an hour. That's awfully quick. This one's a mover. Up the hill, it's slowing down to 30. Again, I've hardly pedaled on this thing. And yeah, you can. How this one works, right? You can do pedal assist. In fact, I think that's what this means. I think it's AI, PAS, Artificial Intelligent Pedal Assist something. PAS is pedal assist system, I think is what it is. PAS, if I pedal, it's gonna give us power. And this is using a more traditional, it's called a cadence sensor. And that means if you turn the cranks, it's going to deliver power. And it just delivers all the power based on what power mode you're in. So I can be soft pedaling, which means I'm turning the cranks so I'm not actually driving the rear wheel. The hub motor is still going to give us full power. If I stop pedaling, it just goes into a freewheel mode. Now, I can also just twist the throttle, which is how I've been riding it most of the way, if I'm being honest. Twist the throttle, and you can see that it just accelerates right there. And the bike's nice and stable through there. And we're passing cars quicker than we should be going, according to the speed limit in here. You can turn off everything altogether, and you can ride it as a good old-fashioned push bike. And it's part of what makes these things so usable, is you can choose however you want to use it. It's pretty adaptable to what you want. You want to use it to get exercise, you want to get a little more fit, you can put it into power mode 1, and it's going to make you pedal, but it'll still help you get up those hills, right? That's kind of where the misery of bicycle comes in. You want to go for a nice ride, but there's that big daunting hill in your neighborhood and you just can't get up it. These things are fantastic for that. Around the next bend. Yeah, super stable through these things. It's really doing great. But I shouldn't be surprised. This is like, I think, the third, maybe the fourth Aipas we've tested, and I've just been completely impressed with all of them. We test some of the really high-end ones. The bikes, I think we've had a couple in here that retail for over $3,000. That's motorcycle money right there. And so you take this out of the box, and it's got this different kind of style handlebar, which incidentally, I love this style handlebar. It's way more comfortable than the more traditional mountain bike bar. Everything looks a little simpler, but it works so well. Like, I don't feel like you're giving up much from the fancier ones for this thing. And right now, I think the price on this is less than $1,000. Like, that's amazing. This is a lot of bike for that much money. I think that's why these things are just so popular. They're really a good value, and I think it's caught on how good of a value the Aipas platform is. And now I think we are ready to head into the more adventure-y portion. We're going to do a little more off-roading stuff and go up the grassy knoll, which I have every confidence this thing is going to do extraordinarily well, climbing the grassy knoll. Bring down the power mode a little bit. Because we got kids, everyone's out and about, because like, look at these leaves. A little kid on a little pink bicycle. How fantastic is that? All right, this is great. What a nice day to be on a bicycle. All right, back into power mode 5 for our grassy knoll. The torture test. This is what separates the bikes, is how well they get up this. And look at it charge up at 15 miles an hour, it says it's doing. I'm not pedaling, I'm just letting it do it. Oh, yeah. What a great job it did. Nicely done. Yes, outstanding job climbing the grassy knoll. Super impressed. Aipas continues to deliver what I think is a pretty solid product for a really good price. Yeah, pretty impressed. Charged up the grassy knoll. So I think it is time to put Sugar House Park behind us and head back up the hill. What do you say? On this beautiful, beautiful fall afternoon. So, if you're enjoying this video, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you would consider clicking like and maybe even subscribing. We've been doing this for about 1.5 years now, and I just love these e-bikes. Our goal, our mission is to help people get into the bike that's right for them. I think the hardest part with all these e-bikes is there's just so many of them and so many options. It's a little bit like learning a new language. So we try to help you find the bike that's right for you. It's why we take every bike and run it through the exact same test loop so we can see how it does. You can compare things back to back. You can go through the catalog of videos and find what electric vehicle is going to best suit your needs. So yeah, I would really appreciate click and subscribe, because once we get to 1,000 subscribers, that's going to really help the channel grow to the next level. Now, unfortunately, we are to the part of the video where we have to talk about what we don't like about the Aipas M2 Pro Xterrain. And you know, there's no perfect product, right? So what don't we like about the Aipas? I think for the price point, it's hard to be too critical of this thing. The switchgear does look a little simple. It looks a little cheaper compared to the more expensive models, but you know, it all works. It's got the really nice Shimano tourney derailleur. I think my only real criticism, as I'm talking about things I like about it, in this section I'm supposed to be talking about things I don't like about it, is the cable brakes. The price difference in manufacturing, or what they're paying for the cable brakes versus the hydraulic brakes, at worst, I mean, you can buy a set of hydraulic brakes for like 50 bucks. Shimano, a hydraulic entry-level hydraulics for $50. I would pay $50 more for this to get the hydraulic brakes. I think that would be money well spent and make this pretty close to perfect. There's just, for something this heavy, because it is heavy, and this fast, I really think it should have hydraulic brakes. Now, the way you ride and how you intend to use it, that might not be a big deal for you. And I can honestly say that would not preclude me from buying one of these for myself. I think that's all I got. Because let's go through what I do really like about it. I love that it has an adjustable fork. That's a big deal. I love the flutes, the way the wheels are built. They have these flutes in the wheels that make the wheels stronger. Fantastic. I love that this thing comes with the rack. There are so many bikes that are more expensive than this that don't come with the rear rack. I think every e-bike should come with a rear rack. These are the best handlebars. These handlebars are so kind and gentle to your wrist. These are the handlebars. I love them. I love them. I'm a big fan of this bike. So that gets us into the part of the videos. Who do I think this bike is for? Well, quite honestly, I don't think this is going to appeal to a younger demographic. I think this is a bike for a grown-up. This is a bike for someone who maybe wants to be able to keep up with the kids or their grandkids, for someone who wants a little tool to make runs to the post office or go to the grocery store or even commute. This thing would be fantastic as a commuter, right? Like, even in our little fair town, parking downtown, you're going to spend $100 a month for a parking space downtown. And the distance from here to downtown, it would take me just as long to ride this bike on bike paths as it would take me to drive through traffic. So, all right, now I don't have to pay for parking. They have free bicycle parking in the basement, but I don't have to pay for gas and registration and license and insurance and all that other stuff, right? I basically, you get to drive it for free. And effectively, when you charge it up, every time you leave your house, you're basically leaving with a full tank of gas. So the whole range anxiety, I mean, 80 miles. I can't imagine you're going to be commuting 80 miles on this thing to work. But you could. It would just take a really long time at 30 miles an hour. Same thing with college, right? Maybe you're in university and you need something. Where's all the bicycle parking? Right in front of the building, right? So you don't have to deal with parking and buses and all that other nonsense. Take this thing to school, lock it up. The rack is fantastic. You don't have to wear a backpack if you don't want to. Just strap everything to that back rack. I mean, so much going for this bike. It's just really, this is such a great platform. I really like these Aipas bikes. And the fact that it's this Xterrain off-roady thing, it can handle any terrain that you have to deal with, right? It's, you know, it'll handle a dirt road. It'll handle little bits of single track, or maybe there's a shortcut that goes, this thing will handle it. And that's fantastic. Really love that about this thing. I can't remember how many of these we reviewed. But since the first version of the Aipas, they have made a lot of improvements. The frame design has improved. It looks stronger, it's more robust, better colors. They used to have just a black and white LCD screen. Now we have this full color thing. And it's nice. It's nice to see them making upgrades and putting things back into the company. And Assembly was easy. It went together pretty straightforward. It wasn't hard. In fact, this one, they delivered it to the wrong place and I didn't have a way to transport it. So I took it out of the box, assembled it, and rode it back to the house. That's how easy it was to assemble. Final thoughts on the Aipas bike, M2 Pro. I think it's pretty obvious to tell. I like this bike. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of this company. We've worked with them in the past. There's just a lot going on for this thing. This is a bike that's really usable for a lot of people in a lot of use cases. And the price, under $1,000 for this much bike, that's absolutely incredible. Now, I did buy this one myself, but because we've done demo bikes for Aipas before, I have a coupon code for you. I'm gonna put it up here in the sky. If you use that coupon code, you get whatever the best price is available on the bike the day you buy it. So you don't have to worry about like waiting for, you'll always get a good deal. You don't have to shop around. The other thing is I have a QR code you can scan or a link down in the description. That's called an affiliate link. It costs you nothing extra, but I do get a few dollars kickback that helps me keep this channel growing. So yeah, if you're considering the Aipas bike, M2 Pro, which I think you should, it's a great bike. If you're watching this video, if you made it this far, I'm guessing you're probably pretty serious about it. Give this bike a look-see. You won't be disappointed. And please consider clicking subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.